You think space exploration is all about glory and progress? You think every mission is a win for humanity? But what if I told you that one of history's biggest space milestones was built on a tragic sacrifice? And what if that sacrifice was a small stray dog who never stood a chance? This is the story of Laika, the first living being to orbit Earth, sent on a journey with no return. On November 3, 1957, the Soviet Union launched Sputnik 2, making history in the space race, and also breaking a lot of hearts. Strapped inside this crude little metal capsule was Laika, a stray dog plucked off the streets of Moscow and turned into an unwitting space pioneer. Her mission? To prove that living creatures could survive the brutal journey into space? Except, spoiler alert, she wasn't coming back. This was the era of just send it and see what happens science, and let's just say, ethics were not the top priority. The Soviets had just scored a massive win by launching Sputnik 1, the first ever artificial satellite, and Premier Nikita Khrushchev wanted to keep that momentum going, fast. So in a wildly rushed effort, Soviet engineers slapped together Sputnik 2 in just 4 weeks, knowing full well that Laika's trip was a one-way ticket. But hey, no pressure. Laika, whose name literally means barker in Russian, was chosen for her small size, calm nature, and general street dog survival skills, because apparently dodging Moscow traffic was considered excellent astronaut training. She and 2 other dogs, Albina and Mushka, underwent rigorous preparation, including being crammed into tiny boxes subjected to ear-splitting noise and spun around like a carnival ride, all to simulate the joys of space travel. In the end, Laika was chosen, while Albina was kept as backup and Mushka got stuck with the role of ground test subject. The launch day arrived, and Laika was placed inside her cramped capsule, harnessed in place with barely enough room to move. The Soviet scientists who had grown attached to her knew what was coming, and it weighed on them. As the rocket blasted off, Laika's heart rate skyrocketed from sheer terror, but eventually it settled, right around the time the real problems began. The official story at the time was that she survived for days before being euthanized peacefully. But decades later, the truth came out. Laika actually died within hours, most likely from overheating. The capsule's temperature regulation system had not been tested properly, shocking, I know, and the poor dog succumbed to the unbearable heat. The world's first space traveler was also its first casualty. Public reaction was divided. While the Soviet Union hailed Laika as a hero, the rest of the world had a different take. What the hell, guys? Animal rights activists and scientists alike criticized the mission for its cruelty, and the backlash forced future space programs to reconsider how they treated their test subjects. Just a few years later, the Soviets sent 2 more dogs, Belka and Strelka, into orbit. But this time, they actually came back alive, which is the bare minimum, really. Laika's mission was tragic, but it wasn't in vain. The data gathered from her flight helped pave the way for human space travel, including Yuri Gagarin's historic flight in 1961. Today, she's remembered in monuments, books, and even songs, a symbol of both scientific progress and the ethical dilemmas that come with it. Her legacy is a reminder of just how far we've come, and how much we had to learn along the way. I'll leave you to discuss in the comments. Was Laika's sacrifice necessary for space exploration, or was it just a reckless, unnecessary loss? You can support us by subscribing if you haven't already. Take care of yourselves, take care of your loved ones, and I'll catch you soon in another video.